So when we're talking about traditional engagement tools and sort of what they're, I wouldn't just say how they fall short, but what's their role? I got two answers for this. The collaborative James, which loves to say that there's lots of ways for things to work together, because I do believe that, and that there's lots of roles for lots of things, says those tools, particularly NPS, has a very important role to play. And then the part that says, you're doing it wrong, wants to scream from the rooftops, stop over relying on NPS to tell you how to run your organization or your brand or your product. Because number one, the more we collect these data points, the more we're just reverting to mean. So it's like, we got a whole bunch of data points that tell us all the same thing. You're good if you're 8 or 9, you're bad if you're 6 or below, and guess where most people are? Somewhere between 6 and 8 or 9. That's just what's going to happen. So as an individual company, over time, you're getting less and less utility out of that. What you really start to need to ask is, if we've been a 7 or an 8 for the last 10 years, do we want to be a 9 or a 10? And if we do, what's it going to take? Now, if you don't want to be a 9 or 10, good luck. Have fun with your solid, steady 8. Keep getting those 8s. But if you want to get something more, and obviously those scores you're getting today are based on the experience you're delivering today, the next logical question would be, well, what's it going to take for us to deliver a better experience that shows up enough in the employees or customers' minds for them to change the way they rate their experience with us? And most of those tools cannot answer that question. They tell you who, what, where, and when, and some tell you a little bit of how, but they never tell you why, because they don't know how to answer the why, because the why is emotional, and the why is not pick a star on this 10-point scale. There's been a lot of research and a lot of dialogue around why people drive those ratings and when they do, and I get it, because again, I'm not saying they don't serve a purpose. I'm saying they do not answer the why question. And if you're trying to create better experiences, especially if you've been trying for a long time without success, you're gonna have to change up your tactics. So we've had customers come to us and say, we need help. And we'd say, well, what is your current tool set? What kind of research are you doing today? And they're doing most of the things and doing them well. But when we get to these engagement surveys or these satisfaction surveys, in many cases and increasingly, their frustration is peaking. They are saying things like, I no longer feel like I'm not getting the answers I need. I've got lots of data, but I don't have an answer. And that's when they are really more open and receptive to a different way. And that way is SEEQ, because it really helps them explore the why behind that experience. And when they've experienced that pain point, they are craving a better, deeper answer than the ones that they have today.